Howdy, howdy, my beautiful Virgo. How are you doing, darling? My name is SimplyVelca, and today I'm going to be getting into your weekly tarot horoscope reading today, Virgo, for September 2021, getting into October, darling. Can you believe it already? We're getting into October, the spooky season, honey. Remember, Virgo, it doesn't matter what you identify as, he, she, they, them, or anything in that spectrum or outside of that spectrum. It's not my business what you identify as, Virgo. The cards are meant to resonate with you. They're going to resonate with you regardless, honey. I promise you that. Remember, though, as well, Virgo, if you do enjoy this tarot reading today, or you just enjoy my vibe, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe, and let me know how this reading resonates with you in your life, right? Because all my Virgos are living a different type of life, and these messages are gonna resonate in different ways for y'all, right? Keep this in perspective as well, Virgo. I'm just a man reading some tarot cards to you, honey. You know your situation better than I ever possibly could. Take the cards that resonate, leave what doesn't, because I'm not gonna be offended by it whatsoever. So let's just jump into your weekly tarot horoscope reading today, Virgo. And remember, if you'd like to book a private personal reading with me, my website's always linked down below, SimplyVelca.com. So let's jump into this, Virgo. Let's see what's going on with you guys. We have the Queen of Swords coming out, the Ten of Swords, wow, same card as Taurus, and then the Four of Swords. So, did I show you guys the Queen of Swords? I don't think I did. Queen of Swords, Ten of Swords, honey. So, it's interesting to me that how you guys got the same you got the Ten of Swords and the same exact placement as the Taurus. So, if you have any Taurus in your chart, Virgo, definitely check out Taurus's reading as well, because I feel like there might be a message coming in for you there. But y'all's message, Virgo, is a little bit different in the sense that Six of Wands is the card of your general energy of this week. We'll get into this first and foremost. You guys, Virgo, the Six of Wands is my favorite card in the tarot deck, because this is a card of, honestly, Virgo, this is my favorite card because this is like the rich and fame. Yeah, the riches and fame card. This is a sense, just by definition, it's the card of victory and success in whatever avenue that you're trying to accomplish in, Virgo. And so in this situation here, with this Queen of Swords, I feel like that's the energy that you guys are in. And I'm not going to be hard on you guys, Virgo. Do not worry, because anyone that's a regular to my channel knows I'm pretty critical of the Queen of Swords when someone's exuding that energy here. And it seems to be, Virgo, that you guys are taking the high road with the situation, right? It doesn't seem to be making you happy, right? Because it doesn't excuse whatever happened here with this Ten of Swords that put a bunch of swords into your back, darling, right? Because I do get like this sense of betrayal, or maybe that's a little bit overkill or critical for some of you guys, Virgo. We'll just say disappointment, right? There's this disappointment that's happened in your life, and as unlike other people where they would probably react pretty strongly, Virgo, you guys have the Four Swords coming in here where you're taking the high road and you're just like, you know what, this battle just isn't worth it. And I feel like that's what's going on for you. You're just like, this situation isn't worth it. This argument isn't worth it. This stress, this drama just isn't worth it. And so as the Queen of Swords, while you may be hurt, you may be pissed off, Virgo, right? And that's completely understandable. I get that. But you are not really allowing it to be shown, which honestly is like, it's commendable on y'all's end, but that is the scariest time that you ever would want to see a Virgo, is when they're really pissed off and they're not showing their emotion, right? I feel like at this point in time that you guys are probably pretty intimidating to individuals at this time. Whoever has wronged you, it just feels as if, Virgo, people are kind of just like keeping their distance at this point with you, which does make me happy, right? It does feel as if, like, Virgo, you guys are in this place of because it feels like you guys, Virgo, are just choosing to take the high road in a situation, because it's just like you're trying to go after your main goal. You're trying to really create something for yourself. So let's get some clarifiers on this. Judgment card coming in here. Ooh, Virgo. With the Ten of Cups, as well as the Nine of Swords coming in here. So you guys were anxious about this situation for a while. You guys were in this place of being like, how can I, because I feel like it sat with you for a little bit. I feel like you kind of were at this period of just like silence, and you're just like, okay. You're just like, okay, like this don't feel good. This doesn't feel good. Where do you go from here, Virgo? It makes me bummed out for you guys, just because it's like, I see you guys, this was a really hard choice for you guys to make, of being like the adult in a situation, essentially, and really just kind of like moving on and not engaging with something that was just wasn't sitting right with you. Ten of Cups being clarifying your Ten of Swords here. Two different cards. Tens represents closures, Virgo. So it's just like this consistent sense of where it's just like, you may it's kind of like this situation where I see some of you Virgos having a conversation with this person and being like, you know what? I know you love me. I know da 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 da. But rather than pointing fingers necessarily, you're just like, you know what? I don't want anything to do with this anymore. You hurt me. Ten of Cups is maybe a situation where it's just like you hurt my family. Like it just feels like this hit home. This really hit close to home for you. And I hope it wasn't involving someone that you care about deeply, Virgo, because it's like a real bummer. But it wouldn't surprise me just because of how much emotional influence, how much it's affecting you mentally. I see. But it's just like you're making a really hard choice and like potentially cutting something out, right? With this Judgment card here, you're making the hard choice in regards. I hate this. I love the tarot deck itself, the energy of it, but I hate how these cards were made because it just bends so effortlessly. And I'm just like, ugh. But I digress, Virgo. It feels like you're having to make a hard choice or something and just be like, you know what? Like, I love you. I know you have good intentions, but you're just not good for me anymore, right? What it is that you're doing is just not good for me. And I feel like you're making the hard choice and closing something out. If it is, I do feel as if it's someone that you had close relationships with, like maybe a family member or someone that you really considered like a part of your soul tribe in some way, right? I'm not going to use the phrases of like twin flame or soulmate and stuff like that. I'm going to just reference it as like your soul tribe, someone that you felt, someone or someone's, because I did hear plural in my head, where it is like you rode with them for a little bit, but now it's just like it's ran its course for you, and you're having to make the tough decision, being like, you know what, choosing to be the bigger person. And then the Six of Swords coming in here, a lot of sword energy, so very much so in your head at this time. Like sword energy is air energy, Virgo, so it's always dealing with the psyche, right? So a lot of things in your psyche. This is really weighing heavy on you, which just is really amplifying this sense of how important or how close this hits home to you again. Like I hear the words bittersweet, Virgo, so you're having to walk away from something that it's like, why did it have to be this way, right? You have the waning moon. What do you need to release? You're asking yourself, and I feel like you guys kind of know the answer to that now, of what it is that you're needing to release. Such a bummer, Virgo, right? It's like if only people could just act normal, right? If only people were just willing to be proper and just like not be in a certain type of way, honey, right? So let's continue on with your reading. Let's continue on with the spread and seeing how this progresses for you in your life, right? What's in the works, darling Virgo? Strength card in the back of the deck. King of Cups. I was noticing this King of Cups coming in while I was shuffling. Even in your first row, I was noticing the King of Cups. Three of Cups coming in here. What's this next card? And then the Five of Swords coming in here, Virgo. All right. So it does feel as if it's very funny how you have, well, I guess it's not really funny in your situation, but it's just interesting to me where it's just like that Four of Swords coming in where you're kind of just like choosing to rise above it. And then in this row here, you have the Five of Swords, which is just like this sense of where it's... I don't really like this energy, admittedly, actually, Virgo, because it's just showing to me while it's like you're trying to just exude emotional maturity and just really like... just trying to be your most authentic self, being your most truthful, honest self. You have this Three of Cups here, which is like, it speaks about other energies, right? It just feels as if, Virgo, there's like outside forces really trying to get a reaction out of you, Virgo. And I feel as if that's what's like bothering them. It's just like they're noticing that you're not reacting to them in the way that they were anticipating, Virgo, and so they're just like, well, wait a minute, like, let me see here what I can do, like, let me see if I can really pull a reaction out of them. Virgo, I don't know what this energy is, but it's just like this person's really trying it. If this is involving a person, like, you're trying to rise above it, and then it's just like the same situation feels like it's trying to claw you back down. You have the Magician card clarifying your King of Cups, which makes sense. You have the Justice card, the Libra card coming in here with the Three of Cups. And then you have the Eight of Cups coming in here with the Five of Cups. So yeah, it's this overall message here, Virgo, where it's just like you're continually trying to just create a life for yourself. You're trying to create a life for yourself as a magician. The magician's the master of their own reality, creating their own reality. And then you have the Justice card coming in here on the Three of Cups, because it's just like, they're trying to get a reaction out of you, Virgo. And you know this. You see, it's like you see right through this. You see through their intention. You see their actions. And you're just like, girl, I'm not engaging in this at all. Like, it's just like, it just feels like you're just too grown for it, I feel, right? I feel like that's what you're telling yourself. It's like, girl, I'm too grown for this, honey. Like, you can't be bothered with this anymore, darling. And this Eight of Cups here coming in on that Five of Swords, it's like this sense of being like, again, where it's just like, it's like the further that they try to trigger you, or the further that they try to get a reaction out of you, Virgo, it's like it makes it a lot easier for you to start emotionally detaching from the situation further and further, because you're realizing just how they truly actually felt about you. We have the full moon in, just the full moon, darling, and surrender to the divine. So it does feel as if right now that's what it is that you're doing, where you're just like, you know what? This situation really sucks right now, darling. You may not even know where your future lies from this point. You may not even know where it is that you're going as that Eight of Cups, right? In which you don't, because the Eight of Cups showcases the moon card, which is, going out into the unknown. Like, you don't have a set plan, Virgo. You just know that you don't want to be part of this storyline anymore. You're just like, nope, like, yeah, it's just not worth engaging with anymore. So let's do one last row here, Virgo, for you in this spread. We have the High Priestess card coming in here, the Empress card in the back of the deck, and then the Eight of Swords coming in here. So it's very interesting. Like, again, like, you're seeing right through this Devil card in the back of the deck here as well. You're seeing right through this, right? You're seeing right through this, and it's like this, again, this still consistent message of where it's just like, you see through like the intentions on things, and you're just like, you refuse to be in this place of being kept down. You refuse to be brought back, stooping to their level. I don't know, it's just interesting. I don't know if you are like spiritually in tune with yourself as well, Virgo, or spiritually practicing, or maybe you just have an extremely good judge of character, darling. But you see through this, and you're not sinking below this. Page of Wands coming in here on the High Priestess card. You have the Three of Pentacles coming in on the Empress card coming in, and then the Five of Cups here, clarifying your Eight of Swords. And so, this is where you're going after, right? It's like these people, these situations are kind of like acting in the way that you kind of anticipated. Not that you necessarily wanted them to act in this way, but you're seeing this and you're like, all right, you know what? I'm just going to be, that you're making space for better opportunities to come. Like, you're like replacing this trash energy, quite honestly, darling, Virgo, this trash energy. And you know that there's going to be better people for you to be working with in the future. And I feel as if, like, I don't know, I really enjoy this, Virgo, not because I'm like enjoying you guys going into this situation where it's like, it seems like a lot of people are just trying you. But I enjoy this in the sense is like, you're really have like this mindset of being like, you see through these childish games, and you're just like, you know what, I'm going to be rising above. You know your value, because that's the thing. That's like the main, if you had any sense of imposter syndrome, and you may have some, but like, if you had any less, you know your worth, essentially. You know your worth, and you're not allowing yourself to be gaslit or to be told that you're not worthy of something more. It's just like, you know what, you're like, no, you're not going to treat me in this way. You're not, like, I'm better than you. Again, like, I told the same message to Taurus, where it's just like, the lion doesn't care for the opinions of sheep. So it's just very interesting how, again, it's kind of like, not in the same way, because y'all's lives are like, y'all's reading is very much so different, but it's just very much so I can relate this to Taurus's readings as well. So it's just interesting to have it in that dynamic. So let's continue on now, Taurus. Let's see what messages your spirit guides, your ancestors, darling, your guardian angels. Let's see what insights they have for you today, Virgo. What tarot cards are going to come forward for you. Girl, come on now. All right, we have the strength. What was I saying before? The strength card that was in the back of the deck. It's still coming in. We have the King of Swords here with the Four of Cups. Man, oh man, Virgo. Man, oh man. And then back of the deck is the Lovers card here. So it's this, even from that spread before, like, you are able to identify what's not good for you anymore. And you're maintaining your composure as the King of Swords. Didn't we even have the Queen of Swords for you, actually? Yeah, we had the Queen of Swords here. You're maintaining your composure because you have, like, not only do I feel like you're exuding the Queen of Swords, but you're exuding the King of Swords as well, in the sense of where it's just like, you're not allowing people to just like you're, again, it's like the sense, while it may be bugging you up here in your psyche, you're not allowing it to be known, right? And with this Strength card here and this Four of Cups, like, you're just refusing you're not taking the bait, right? You're not taking the bait, Virgo. And that's kind of the same message here, where it's like your spirit guides are just really trying to amplify this message, where it's just like really just disengage, because some of you Virgos, you might be tempted. They might be sending you text messages and being like, oh, please forgive me, whatever that narrative is, Virgo. And it's like, I feel like this Six of Cups in the on the Strength card. So it's very much so like someone from your past not wanting to give you up, Virgo. And that's... Now, I'm not going to call this an energy and narcissist, right? Because you will know the situation, but it's just giving me very much so that vibe of where it's like this situation, this person here, Virgo, does not want to let you go. And it's like, there's a lot of history here with this situation. And maybe you've tried to even get out of the situation in the past. Maybe there were other red flags that were showcased beforehand, but, maybe like they got emotional reactions out of you beforehand. And that's why you're so critical at this point now. That's why you're probably coming off as cold to them. Four of Swords, Four of Wands clarifying the King of Swords, and then the Three of Wands clarifying the Four of Cups here. So definitely, Virgo, I feel as if for you guys, you're going to be, it's like these, like people are just going to be continuously revealing their true intentions towards you, Virgo. They're going to be revealing their true intentions towards you, and new moon in Pisces, meditate and contemplate. And it's just going to be providing to you a lot of food for thought, a lot of things for you to be digesting, Virgo. And just do not allow this situation, and this is more so just as a heads up, because I know you guys are already thriving in the sense of like not allowing the situation to be so controlling of you in your life. Do not allow this to sway you from your goals. Do not allow this situation, this energy, to like have doubt in yourself, because I feel like that's the main theme here, is where it's just like they're trying to consistently reach out to you. They're trying to engage with you to instill some sort of self-doubt in you. It's very much so that energy where someone's just like, oh, like you're not going to be able to make it without me, and it's just like for some, because you're going out into that moon energy, right, and that Eight of Cups that we're talking about, into the unknown. You don't know what your future looks like. You don't know what's in the creation process for you, darling, but you just know that like there's something better out for you. And so do not allow this person trying to continuously coming in, texting you, just not really respecting your boundaries. Do not allow that to get in your head, and stand strong in your conviction, darling. Stand strong in your conviction, my beautiful Virgo. So now let's see how people are perceiving you at this time. Virgo, you already saw one of these cards came flying out, and it's the Five of Wands, darling. So it's conflict, darling. We have the Page of Swords. They're watching you, and then the Knight of Swords. Oh my gosh, Virgo, this is my most dramatic reading, or like drama-filled reading that I've had in quite some time. My God, like this, like these people are perceiving you. And this is like they're just watching. It's like the same energy that's been consistent throughout your entire reading. Like this has really just had like a death grip on you for quite some time, Virgo. All right. Once I feel like you finally release yourself from this energy here, it's going to be such a burden released from you, right? It just feels like such a controlling energy here. It's an energy where it's like almost like feels like it's inescapable on your end, Virgo, just because of how persistent this energy is. Knight of Swords here, it just is like, I don't like this a lot. It's very much so bipolar energy. Two of Wands here. Five of Pentacles with the Temperance card coming in here. So this is, again, there's some type of like, whatever the situation was, Virgo, with this, there is definitely some type of like long-term commitment involved with this, right? And that's part of the reason why they're not wanting to let this go, is because maybe they've had just access to you for quite some time, Virgo. And now you're at this point of where it's just like, again, it feels like you're gray rocking this energy. If you don't know the term gray rocking or the phrase gray rocking, I suggest you looking it up after this video, because I feel like that would really help you with your journey in terms of dealing with this situation, Virgo. But you're really gray rocking it, and I feel like that's the best course of action. And you're being patient. You're playing the long game. Again, you don't know where your future lies from this point on forward, but you just know that your story gets better. And I can really confirm to you that yes, it does get better for you, Virgo. You have the full moon in Aries, the fiery climax approaches. So definitely anticipate, Virgo. Just watch out for like text messages. Watch out for like, it just feels like this energy is going to consistently try to like trigger you until you just like until they at some point just give up, Virgo. So do not allow this to get in your head. Stand strong in your conviction. And you got this, Virgo. I'm really sorry that you're going through whatever heaviness is going on for you guys, Virgo. I'm wishing you guys the best of luck, and I'm giving you guys all of my love, Virgo, because it's just like you guys are going through it, and it does bum me out. So I love you so much, Virgo. If you enjoyed this tarot reading today, or you just enjoy my vibe, let me know in the comments below. Give this video a like and subscribe. Book a reading with me on SimplyVelca.com. I always have it linked down below. Next to my social medias, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all that just being Simply Velca, honey. And yeah, I will connect with you sometime in the near future, Virgo. I love you so much. Bye.